In the grimy underbelly of the city, shadows danced with the glint of a scope. Lug, a walking contradiction, an assassin with a nose that could sniff out betrayal a mile away, rested his cheek against the cold metal of his signature sniper rifle. Tonight's target, the top brass of the Mafia. His partner, barely more than a wisp of a girl with eyes sharper than any blade, relayed intel with the efficiency of a seasoned pro. Names, locations, escape routes, all delivered in a hushed whisper. Lug didn't need much prompting. Each shot, a whisper of death, found its mark with chilling precision. Mafia goons crumpled like rag dolls, their panicked screams swallowed by the concrete jungle. Those who remained scrambled for cover, diving behind cars like rats seeking refuge from a hawk. But Lug wasn't done yet. His partner, a ghost in the shadows, kept the intel flowing. Two behind the black Mercedes, one by the smashed storefront window. A death sentence delivered through the cold steel of his rifle. Bullets tore through sheet metal, finding their purchase with a sickening thud. Silence, thick and heavy, descended upon the scene. Lug lowered his rifle, a wry smile playing on his lips. "Mission accomplished," he announced, his voice a low rumble. She thought they were taking out the whole trash heap, not just the ringleader. Lug shrugs, all business. "Orders," he grunts. "We ain't heroes, doll. Just clean up crew." He lays out the cold truth. Whack the targets. Get out. No questions. But curiosity gnaws at her. "Why just the top dog?" she whispers. Lug smirks. "Think bigger, rookie. This organization? Top secret wants the whole dang country on a leash. Mafia's just a cog in the machine. Take out the head honcho. You control the whole operation. Easy pickings." Her world crumbles. She signed up to make a difference, not become a pawn in some global chess game. Just as she's about to drown her sorrows in rebellion, Lug slams his fist on the dash. "Drone!" he barks, eyes narrowed. "Get in the car now!" Looks like their little cleanup job just got a whole lot more complicated. As they peel out, the whir of the drone chills them to the bone. Looks like someone doesn't want loose ends, so Lug's in a tight spot. Stuck in this car with goons hot on his tail, and this chick beside him clueless as a newborn giraffe. Lug, though, he's all situation awareness. Dude knows they ain't outrunning these military meatheads. Bam! Plan time. He tells the girl to grab a heater, rig it to a tripwire, then juices the car to keep on rolling, driverless. They bail out, leaving the car to lead the military on a merry chase. That wired gun starts blasting away, raining down lead on those fools. The military, they panic, light Lug's ride up like a goddamn fireworks finale, thinking they got our boy and his trainee toast. Little do they know, Lug and the newbie are snuggled up behind a rock, watching the whole light show. Coast is clear, and the girl wants to hightail it back to base. Lug throws a wrench in that plan faster than you can say heat signature. Explains how that pesky drone's still buzzing around, night vision all juiced up, ready to pick out their body heat like a couple of beacons in the dark. Gotta wait till sunrise when that big old ball of fire washes away the night vision advantage. Lug spots the girl's wound, all patched up with his handy-dandy med kit. Time for some shut-eye. Gotta be fresh for the morning escape. They settle down, but then the girl starts firing questions like a police with a bad case of the yips. Lug cuts her off with a truth bomb. This gig's his last hurrah. Retirement's calling, and he's trading in the assassin life to become a teacher, training newbies like her. In a dimly lit room, tension crackled like cheap static. Lug scoffed, unimpressed by the newbie's boasts of being top of her class. "Top student, huh? Must have been a weak class then," he sneered, "because frankly, you couldn't assassinate a fly." He leaned in, a smug grin plastered on his face. "Honestly, I was putting away targets before I even knew what a girlfriend was." Lug's words stung. Before she could retort, the gun was ripped from her grasp. "See? Terrible assassin," he mocked, his voice dripping with condescension. "Letting me disarm you like that? Rookie mistake. And trusting a stranger with your life? That's just suicidal." She stood frozen, weaponless and outmatched. Lug, clearly enjoying her discomfort, sighed theatrically. "Looks like you've got a lot to learn, kid." With a flourish, he lowered the gun, then tossed it back at her with a casual flick of his wrist. "Night." He settled down to sleep, radiating an air of supreme confidence. This wasn't over. As Lug drifted off, a slow smile crept across her face. She hefted the gun, ready to return the favor. But something felt off. He was too relaxed, too trusting. A quick check confirmed her suspicion. The clip was empty. Lug's smug grin widened. "Not as dumb as you look, are we?" He chuckled, the bullets glinting in his hand like her shattered pride. "Seems your aim isn't the only thing that needs work." He let the bullets fall with a clatter, the sound echoing her own disappointment. The next day, they slunk back to base, both a little worse for wear and a lot humbler. Maybe this partnership wouldn't be so bad after all. Lug and his partner basked in the afterglow of a successful mission. Congratulations rained down, but a pointed question pierced the celebratory mood. "Sidekick still kicking?" the handler inquired. Lug, ever the pragmatist, confirmed her survival. A curt nod was their only response before they were directed to a specific drawer. Inside, nestled amongst innocuous items, lay 2 wolves in sheep's clothing, fake passports, and plane tickets, a one-way trip back to Japan, and a life of anonymity. Relief washed over Lug as they navigated the bustling airport. Visions of a quiet future as a martial arts instructor danced in his head. No more blood, no more shadows, just the rhythmic thud of bodies hitting the mats. But fate, it seemed, had a different curriculum in store. The plane lurched violently, jolting them from their reverie. Panic rippled through the cabin like a rogue wave. A frantic passenger, phone clutched in his hand, confirmed their worst fears: hijacking. The girl, her eyes wide with terror, whipped around to face Lug. "What's happening? Where are they?" she stammered, searching for the hijackers who seemed strangely absent. Lug's face hardened. This was no ordinary hijacking. A cold realization dawned on him. It was them, his own organization, attempting a final ruthless act. Apparently, his retirement plan only activated upon his demise. The girl's distress was palpable, a silent prayer forming on her lips. Without a word, Lug bolted towards the cockpit. A clueless flight attendant, stewardess chic personified, tried to bar his way. Ignoring her protests, and perhaps enjoying a touch of poetic justice, he delivered a swift but strategically placed swat to her backside, sending her sprawling. The cockpit door burst open, revealing the lifeless forms of the pilots. With a grim determination, Lug strapped himself into the pilot's seat, the fate of the plane, and his own future, hanging precariously in the balance. A primal urge to squeeze the trigger tightens Lug's finger. The fighter jet streaks into view, a tempting target against the bruised sky. But even as his sights settle, a chilling truth crashes down: betrayal. The organization he bled for, the one that honed him into the deadliest assassin Earth had ever seen, just tossed him aside like yesterday's garbage. His eyes snap open, not to the familiar metallic tang of the cockpit, but to an unsettling emptiness. A woman, impossibly beautiful and radiating an otherworldly power, floats before him. Her initial amusement, a cruel mockery of his lethal reputation, grates on his nerves. Where was he? Why was he here? Her words, laced with a sly smile, offered a twisted choice: oblivion, a fresh start on Earth, a blank slate washed clean of his bloody past, or a second shot, a chance to retain his honed skills in a fantastical realm brimming with magic. A world where assassination wasn't just a job, it was a destiny. Unease settled in Lug's gut. The offer was too sweet, the situation too bizarre. Suspicion narrowed his eyes. Who was the target?